Hey, this is Rosa, our Teacher Kreations. How are you doing? How's it going? Bringing to you a creation. This is new, but I found it on Pinterest, and it's called a kite card. And here is the little kite. Isn't that cute? And you open up, put a little message. I haven't put a message in here yet, because I don't know what kind of message I'm going to put in there yet. And stuff. And then this is a, DIORAMA card. See, it stands up. See that? And you just fold it in here. And I'm going to put all the measurements for everything in the description box. Okay, so it'll all be in there. So just take a look at that. And what I did is, this is white. And all I did was ink it in blue, and then I did the little white clouds. But I messed up, and I did the blue first, because I totally forgot that I could mask the clouds, because I used my cloud stencil here, which I got from Stampers Anonymous. Here's the information on it for those who want to order it. I'm moving it so slow so you can see it. And there is, that's what it looks like. But I went ahead and created my own stencils. I always have, this is a sample of what the whole thing looks like. These are my maskings that I created. Because this new card that I'm going to show you today, I'm going to mask it. So that way, the clouds are really more white. They're kind of a little off yellow and stuff. But anyway, so there's that. And then, but isn't that cute? And this, actually, I'm going to give you the person who I got this from. This, where is her, I know I put it's from Mixed Up Craft. And it's www.mixedupcraft.com is the person's website. And I thought I had a name on there, but I didn't. Sorry, I didn't write down the person's name. But really, you ought to check out her video. Check her out at Mixed Up Craft. And she did give you 2 templates, because you can make a small card, which is this one, or you can make a bigger one, and you can actually put a gift card in here on this inside of it, and you can put it on the inside there as a gift card if you want to do that and stuff. But anyway, so let's get back to the card. Let's go ahead and get rolling. Alrighty. What you do, let me move this out of the way. I went ahead to save on time. I went ahead and already cut out the template. What you do is when you cut out your measurements, and in fact, let me put this over here for those who like to do the screenshot stuff. There is everything on there for the screenshot. And make sure that you can see both sides of them. And I always put my little notes when I print stuff like this. That way, if I add something or miss something, there it is. But all that will be in the description box. So what you do, and I went ahead, I'm OCD, so I make templates for everything. So here's the actual template with the actual small kite card is going to look like. Once you cut it out, see how it fits right in here? So we're good to go. So I know this is done right. So here's what I'm going to do now is I put my little pencil mark here and here in the center X, and that's where I'm going to score. I've already scored one part, as you can see there. Now I'm going to score the other part, and I'm just going to show you, I don't know who knows how to score, who doesn't, so I'm just going to show you how I do it. So I'm just pointing it on my little score lines, and I hope my head's not in the way. Okay. I like to use these little metal stylus instead of these little plastic ones. When I do my scoring, I just think it has a better score mechanism. Okay, and there's the 2, so that's been scored. So now we're done with the scoring tool. We don't need that anymore. And what you want to do is you want to put one tip with the other. And I just noticed I have some pencil marks for when I was tracing on the score on my template. I got myself some pencil marks, so you want to take those off because you are going to see the borders of this card. And we're doing the exact same one we did. I'm just going to be off a little bit. And I want to erase all my pencil marks here. All the pencil marks everywhere on the card. So I'm just erasing all that. And because this is such a dark purple, it's kind of hard to see. I have to angle it all so I can see if I have any more. Oh, there's some more pencil marks. Okay, I think that's everything. That's all the, oh, there's more up here. Okay, so that is all cleaned out. Something's there. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to put the points together. Oops. You want to put the tips together, and then you're going to fold it. So do yourself a favor so you get a nice crisp fold. Hold it, and then walk yourself through it. But before you fold it, hold it here. Hold this tight down here with your left hand, or right, whichever one you are. And then you're going to fold this. Okay. And then there's your fold. And then I'm going to get your bone folder and varnish it pretty darn good. Okay. And then there's the beginning part of the kite. Now what you want to do is you want to fold in on the score lines. So you get your little score line. And you get this little score line. And you get this score line. And you get this one. And then you press it down. You make sure it will buckle on you, because remember, and you want to use, you don't want to use really heavy cardstock. You want to do lightweight. You definitely want cardstock, but you don't want a heavyweight. Probably like 65-pound cardstock. Okay, and then you hold it and then varnish it. Flip it over. See how it wants to move on you? That's just the nature of the beast when you're doing all these folds and cuts. That's just the way it is. This is kind of like origami. Well, actually, this is origami. It's a form of origami. My media mat is really beaten up. I really wish when they come out with some new ones, I'll do something with the inking so it doesn't get all messed up. But all the little white stuff's coming off of it. See that? So that's gonna be the back of my card, because it's already got white on it. I'm not gonna mess with it. Okay, so you see how I'm off just a little bit? That's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna sweat it, because it's probably gonna stay open most of the time anyway. Okay, so that took care of the first step. Next, we're gonna do is I went ahead and pre-cut all these, and again, the measurements will all be in the description box. And I went ahead and did two just because I wanted to. So I can have one that's decorative on the inside and another one that's decorative on the lid, on the top. Then you're going to get your wet adhesive and put it together. Okay? So we'll bring you back on that. I wanted to bring you back. It's my recommendation, but you do what you want. If you use wet glue, you have some maneuverability. So that way you got a good measurement. Where you leave yourself some space in between the primary cardstock. So if you have wet glue, you can maneuver that a little bit. See how I'm off a little bit there? So I have room to wiggle and then lay it down. And see how it's pretty much even there? And there's where I did the other one there. Okay. Now, okay, that's gonna be the back. This is gonna be the front. I went ahead and cut off the pieces. I went ahead and did them all, just to save time on the video. And what I've done, I wanted to show you, here's my little template for the inside. Okay, but I also have one that's made, I did one out of cardboard. Oh, here it is. Here's one out of cardboard. Because this is what it's going to be. These are going to be my templates. So when I want to make these in the future, I have them. And then I went ahead and did these, all these cutouts for the front. I went ahead and labeled them all. And so we know exactly what they are, because you can, if you're doing double-sided paper, then you can use the both sides and make them two different looks. But if you're not using double-sided paper, you have to cut two of everything. Okay, so they all angle the right way. So I went ahead and labeled all of these, and I went ahead and just did two, just because, you know, it was going to be cutting them out anyway, and I didn't want to waste them, so I just labeled them that way. Just, you know, I don't know what I'm going to be doing within the future, what kind of paper or cardstock I'm going to be using. So, and do that out of thick cardstock, so that'll last you a little bit longer than usual. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up, and that's throwing me off a little bit right there. Okay, so line this up, line this one up. Okay, and then you're going to line this one up. Oh no, I did it backwards. This one goes here and this one goes here. There we go. And then this one goes here. There we go. Got it. Now this one, which is really easy, and I'm using the mirrored cardstock, and this is the mirrored cardstock that I got from Tim Holtz. This one is Tim Holtz Ideology Metallic Confectioner's Paper. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that, all those different colors. And this is, I think, 8x8. Yeah, this is 8x8 size. But you get all those colors in there. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Okay, so now I'm just going to attach these. I'm going to attach them all, and I'll bring you back. Okay, we're back. What I did here, as you can see, I just put my layers together. And it really works a lot easier if you have wet glue, so you can really maneuver it because of the shapes and all that. And don't forget, here's a big tip, is put the adhesive all the way to the very edge of the corners, because with time, when you open and close this, the points can buckle up on you. Okay, so you might want to make sure you add adhesive all the way on every single tip. Okay, and then there is the card. See that? Now what I'm going to do is, I already started this, is here's my card base, and here's where I did some masking. But all I've done is I'm using my Diamond Press dye ink, and I got one of my big old brushes, blending brushes, these big ones. I like it when I'm doing a lot of backgrounds. So I'm just going to ink it, and I've already done the rest, but I just wanted to show you, because these dark blue ones here are the clouds. That's my mask, and I am using these Brutus Monroe masking papers. I had to use 2 sheets of that to fit this whole stencil, because I wanted to get all the clouds. And then I just save them in the same packaging that I got with the stencil itself, because I save all my original packaging, and I just store them in there. In fact, I have it right here. So here's my stencil, and then that was the masks that I've done. So I can always use, because with this masking paper, you can use this over and over and over until there's no more sticky left. And then all you have to do is put some double-sided adhesive on it, and you get to reuse it again. And you know, especially if you're just doing inking and that's it, nothing else. Oh, you know what? I forgot. This is what I was using. I was using this to, I don't like to get fingerprints on my inking projects, so I was using that to hold my fingers on. I could use my magnets, but since this is just a little one, I already had did the main gist of it. Okay, so that's done. I will clean this in a minute. Close up my stamp pad. I have a bad habit of getting myself all dirty and inky. Now I'm going to use my pokey tool, and I'm going to release the mask. And I want to save my mask, because like I said before, I'm going to reuse this again until there's no more sticky left on it. So, and see, this is just an old package from an old packaging from something else. And I'm just going to stick it on wherever, doesn't really matter. but I'll have enough stick. I probably can do this maybe 7 or 8 times. Because this British Monroe masking tape is really good. And then I'll just put it back in my container, and then I'll be ready for the next time. Okay, so that is my base card. So now I gotta turn this around so I know what I'm doing. Is you can put this anywhere you want. I mean, we're gonna fold it. This is a mountain fold. This is a valley fold. Mountain fold. Valley fold. And I will be putting the measurements on how to make this card. And also will be in the description box, okay? Okay, so there's a card. Isn't that pretty though? The little clouds. And here's a kite flying in the clouds. And I like the way I did this. I just chose purple, no reason, just because. And I just used what's in my stash. I didn't do anything extra. Okay? And I can line it up here, or if you really wanted to, you could line it up here. But I want to keep it in the same envelope, so we can line it up here, and it can overhang here, but I don't want to do that. You can pretty much purchase this anywhere you want. It's totally up to you. Put it in dead center. You know, since I made the other one over on that side, on the left side, I'm going to put this one on the right hand side. Okay, so now I'm going to get my wet adhesive. And then again, like I said, don't forget to go all the way to the corners of all the tips, because that's the part that's probably going to come up. Just from, you know, people touching it, the receiver touching it. Depends on how often they want to open and close it. And then you line it up where you want it. Be mindful of the grooves of the fold. Because remember, you want this to lay flat, so when you mail it, it'll all mail in the envelope. Okay? Let me get a piece, dropped a piece of wet glue here. Let me close my adhesive back up. Now we're going to make the little tail. And I just use my ribbon. Again, I'm just using my ribbon that I have in my stash. And since the polka dots here, you know, they're pink, brown, kind of a browny color, and a blue. I already got blue in the sky, and this is already purple. I went ahead and just decided to use pink and purple and stuff. So let me make my ribbon, and I'll bring you back in the next phase. Okay, I'm bringing you back. I forgot, I was supposed to have left the bottom point off, and I adhered it with adhesive to the base card, but I forgot. So I got a little piece of a glue dot right here. And because this is that meshy ribbon, I'm just using some pieces of some glue dots. I have some of those real thick glue dots. And I'm going to be putting some on there, so that way it sticks. And then I'm going to squish it down. And that will definitely stick with each other. Okay? And then when I make my little bows, and I hope I have enough ribbon. I think I will. You know, and it's just like I'm doing the very simple generic bows where you just pretend like you're tying a shoelace. Make your little loops, put one in through the other, pull it, stretch it, make it tight, and then based on your project, you determine how big you want the little loops. And I do try to eyeball it to make sure that they're the same size. Then you tighten it out once you've got the size that you think you want. I'm going to make this tight. Let me loop. It was a little too big for this project. Actually, that's a good fit right there. Okay, so now I'm just going to, where are my scissors? Get some good sharp scissors when you're working with ribbon. And I just like to angle it. I'm just old school. You could do however you want to do it, but definitely make sure that they're sharp. Okay, then I've got some more that I use that this is what I'm using. I'm using my glue dots, but these are the they're pop-up dots, so they're really thick. but because I need a bunch of it, I just needed one. I'm totally out of the mini glue dots, so I gotta order some more of the mini ones. But you know what? Again, like I said, you use what you got. Don't go doing extra stuff unless you want to. But this is a project that you get to use with what you have already in your stash. Then I'm just holding it down just for a few seconds, so that way it's sticking. Now, here's a little piece of the glue that didn't stick very well, but that's okay. You get your powder brush and use your embossing powder. I have this one from, who's this from? EK Tools, and I use it for when I do my shaker cards or when I'm doing anything like that. And I add a little bit of powder on there, and that's going to take all the sticky away, so this way when you're opening and closing the card, it doesn't stick. Now, if you want to have this card stay shut all the time, you can put a little glue dot here, and then it'll catch it. But I personally don't want that. I'm just not going to do that. Okay. Got some little fuzzies right there, and then let's be whimsical. So I'm going to add a little glue dot here, and that's where I'm going to put another ribbon. And this is where you're going to decorate how you want to decorate. And it's totally up to you. So, there's a piece of glue dot. And I'm just pressing down on it so the adhesive gets there. Got to make myself another bow. Give myself enough ribbon. I think I use a lot, but I'd rather have too much, because ribbon is so inexpensive. It's really easy to buy some. And half the time, especially during after September, all the stores, you always buy all this, like buy two for the price, buy two get one free, stuff, that type of thing. So it's really, so if you're running low, you can always go get some inexpensively, because you'd rather have it too long than too short. And my OCD's kicking in. I gotta I gotta shape it. I gotta shape my bow. And I kind of want it about the same size as the other one. So that's a good one. And I can stick it on there. But I'm too scared it's not gonna lay and stay adhesive. So I'm gonna add a little bit more glue. And what's nice about these really thick glue dots is you can stretch it, because it's really thick. And I'll show you what one looks like in a minute, but that'll take care of, and I'm just holding it down, pushing down with my fingernails in there so it stays on there. So now I'm just going to cut the little tails. Let me angle my little tail on this end. I don't want to get it too long. And that's a little scraggler there. Let me cut that edge, that little scraggler. I like a nice crisp look. There we go. The glue's getting sticky on my scissors. Excuse me, sorry about that. Okay, and I can stop right where I'm at. This is what's nice when you do your creations, is you can do as much as you want and end it. I kind of like this nice, just the two little bows right there. So I'm going to stop right where I'm at, and end that. And this is what I'm using is Mainstays sheer ribbon necklace kit. This is many years old. And then here is, this is just some ribbon that I have, and I use those toilet paper rolls. I fold them. First, I spray and disinfect them, leave them outside in the sun over for a couple hours. They get disinfected, and then I use my ribbon, and this is what I use to store my ribbon. And I keep everything in a little shoebox, but you do whatever what makes you comfortable. So that is the finished project. And of course, you can always put a message on the front. You can put a message on the center. It's pretty much what you want to do. And what I'm going to show you is what I did for this one is I went ahead and embossed the envelope, because you can still have room to write either from, and then to plenty of room. But see how the it corresponds with the card? But there is my take on that one. Here's my first card. Hope you enjoy that. Thank you all so very much for watching. We catch you in the next video. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and share. Bye-bye.